North Marist stay for round 14. Starting lineup for Gisborne Thistle. Number 20, Mitchell Stewart Hill. Number 3, Brandon Jocelyn. Number 4, Ryan Anderson. Number 6, Sander Batalita. Number 7, Jaron Brower. Number 8, 9. Number 11, Ollie Davies.
Right, welcome to Childers Road Reserve in Gisborne, the home of football and the home of football to stay.
Number 23.
We've got Waikanae Beach Top 10 Holiday Park Gisborne Thistle playing in the blue with the White Sox left to right. And Watson's Real Estate Palmerston North Marist, the visitors, playing right to left in their green hoops and green socks.
Number 1, Liam Outram. Number 14, Campbell Wallace. Number 17, Taylor Mark.
Keenly contested position at the start here. Sporforce released Alan Zarate into the middle.
Number 16, Fletcher.
But it's possession to Palmerston North Marist. Picked up now by Ollie Davies.
Number 10,
In the middle there for Thistle.
number 4,
Playing out on the left today. A little bit deeper than usual perhaps. And Mitchell Stewart Hill settles things down and just sends the ball with the nor'wester over the touchline. Excellent through ball there by Jordan Joblin Hall. Comes to no fruition for the visitors.
on the bench today for Palmerston Marist, Anthony Bell.
Land has Summerton who checks, but neglects to continue his run for fear of the offside flag of assistant referee Christopher Niven here on the near side.
Number 2, Dan Benema. Number 9, Felipe Torres. Number 16, Alex Davies. And number 25, Ashley McMillan.
It's Campbell Wallace now with the throw for Palmerston North Marist. Finds the danger man, Nicholas Carrick up the top. On a hot streak, scored 20 goals so far this season. No less than 4 hat-tricks and 4 goals in the one game versus Levin the last time out. Oh, Thistle in a dangerous position. It's a 1-0 lead with Jaron Brower. Sponsored by Hultron Composites. Constable Jaron Brower giving Gisborne Thistle a 1-0 lead very early here at Childers Road.
Early goal for Gisborne Thistle. Number 7, Jaron Brower.
So Zarate absolutely chopped in the area. I'm sure there would have been a penalty given by visiting referee Edward Cook had the ball not fallen to Brower, but it's a composed finish into Liam Outram's top right-hand corner. And Thistle, who you'd have to admit would come in as underdogs here today, have an early lead. Unsure if you heard ground announcer Mark Baple's information that he was sharing, but Marist with only one person on the bench today, and Anthony Bell. You do wonder if coach Giuliano it's Joblin Hall now coming to the touchline to draw possession, and Josling's neglected to not foul. It's a dangerous ball that's come over, but Fletcher Leslie can't get on the end of it. And Ollie Davies now with the throw for Thistle, deep inside their own half. One doesn't work out in Sporforth's favour. It's a pseudo clearance over the touchline. Unintentional, of course. Luke Pelfreman under some close attention from Gisborne Thistle captain Nicholas Land. It's a heavy challenge there. Well, looks like a debutant for Gisborne Thistle at the back there, but it's Summerton on the ball in the attacking half now. Get back to the new players for Thistle shortly. Brower finds Zarate in acres of space. He can only find the keeper twice. It's composed clearance from the veteran Adam Cowan there at the back for Palmerston North Marist, who's still begging their linesman for the offside call. If you tap the left of your screen twice, you'll see whether he was. He looked pretty much flat from up here. And it's a Gisborne Thistle corner now. So on debut today for Gisborne Thistle is the number 17 Gonzalo Brunelli, the Uruguayan, formerly of Plaza Colonia in the Uruguayan top division, as well as number 9 Felipe Torres on the bench. Spalforth goes low and can only go as far as Melvin Rumere, the Indonesian national there, born in Fiji, by way of Wellington. Newlands College down there, and spent a bit of time with Wellington United and North Wellington. Arteta this time looks for the angled ball, but no Thistle player on the end of it. So with the addition of Brunelli, then Thistle going essentially 3 centre-backs, with Ollie Davies and Brandon Josling patrolling the flanks. Jake Erskine now on the ball for Palmerston North Marist, and Landers won the throw off him. Gives early to Somerton. And it's Adam Gill who does well to prevent the corner and get the clearance away. Thistle on top in this fixture so far, you'd have to say. It's Brunelli again looking strong at the back. Contender with Brandon Josling for strongest on the park perhaps. Sarate determined, wins the ball there. Ollie Davies stays composed for a Gisborne Thistle throw. One o'clock kickoff here if you haven't looked at your cell phone yet today to see what time it is. A little bit later than usual for the Sunday. Assuming that Palmerston North Marist came down this morning, no information to hand on that as yet. Perhaps anybody in the know can fill us in the comments section. Of course, streaming live thanks to Rangai Media on the YouTube platform. Please give Rangai Media a subscribe so you can follow the action ASAP. And it's Batarita there with Carrick heading away from goal, but probably a clever foul, has to be said. Carrick's trying to tell referee Cook that he was going through for number 21 for the season, but Batarita, despite only being 7 years old, is very long in the tooth. And it's Taylor Monk who was standing over the ball. He's given it up to cool uncle Adam Cowan. Has a go from distance. Jostling with the clearance. It's gone as far as Erskine. And Somerton now is free. He's got Zarate on his inside. He goes around Adam Gill. Still Zarate waits on the left, and he's lost his touch there, but still maintained possession. Under close attention from Joblin Hall. Davies has Spalforth in the middle. Clips to Jaron Brower, who should be able to keep this one in. Just spins away from him there. And it's Palmerston North Marist with their hearts in their mouths again. Sitting second on the table, and they'll be eyeing that top spot with a huge result yesterday. Havelock North Wanderers going down at home, 3-2 to Napier Marist. Back on the pitch here at Childers, it's Carrick receiving the ball in his attacking half. Joblin Hall now over it, has a go from distance. That one's easy for Stuart Hill, who collects. Which was Stuart Hill, of course, sponsored by Ryan Electrical. We thank Liam for jumping on board with that. Can vouch for the quality of the product as well, Ryan Electrical. Fantastic firm. Cowan now in the middle. 40 years of age, Adam Cowan, but more impressive than his longevity is his ability to do a backflip. So Hopefully he has no cause to do that today here from a Gisborne Thistle perspective, but perhaps afterwards we could maybe pay him off, ask him if he's got a sneaky little backflip for us. It's gone over the head of Gill, the long clearance there. It's going to go straight to Liam Outram, the former New Zealand Secondary Schools representative. Palmerston North local product. Cowan now popping up on the left to receive. That's Taylor Monk for Palmerston North Marist in the 17, sitting deep, pulling the strings, so to speak. Tactics being discussed at the moment at the bottom of screen between Brandon Josling and Gisborne Thistle coach Garrett Blair. Just getting used to an adjustment in shape here today. Try and crack the code and prevent Palmerston North Marist from going equal top. And the ball children looking splendid in their replica Gisborne Thistle kits. Sponsors displayed proudly all over them. It's Brandon Josling now to the far post, but Nicholas Land is called offside. Nice job on the kits for this season. Football Central down there in Wellington. Custom design for Gisborne Thistle. You can see all the sponsors, of course, Waikanae Beach, Top 10 Holiday Park on the front. Erskine now on the left-hand side, travelling infield but tacking back out. Could be a little bit like a yacht race here today with the 30-40 kilometre nor'westers coming in. You can see the grassroots trust flags behind Mitchell Stewart Hill's goal. Just hanging on there in the breeze. Stewart Hill look to leather this. Something to keep an eye out for both teams today. And a new addition behind the Childers Road end goalmouth is the R&B flags, and we thank R&B for their support. Of course, the away player of the day goes into the draw for a 2-person pass to One Day of Rhythm and Vines 2021. Batarita has Josling wide on the right, brings it down. Tidy piece of control there for Josling, of course, who carries the Cancer Society on his shoulder. Metaphorically, of course. Quite a lot of people in that organisation to carry on one man's shoulders, no matter how strong he is. Somerton squares now, and despite Outram's calls, Taylor Monk decides that it's important to clear that one out for a corner. And it's Sporforth standing over it again. Carrick reaching a lot deeper. It's Brunelli who's high on the pitch, keeps the ball well and has Zarate again. That's a good handful of chances now for Gisborne Thistle and nothing really of concern for Mitchell Stewart Hill so far. It'll be Campbell Wallace on the right hand side. Sporforth pulls out of a sliding challenge. Edward Cook, the referee, realises that that's probably a little bit dangerous. Rumity now dangerous in the air, and it's an equaliser for Palmerston North Marist. Managed to find himself free there, and it's parity on the scoreboard. So the number 4 for Palmerston North, Marist, Melvin Rumere. Draws things level at 1-1.
Goal for Palmerston North Marist, number 4, Melvin Rumeri.
Interesting to see how Thistle will respond here now. It's been all them so far and just that small defensive lapse. Knocking it around well here. Batarita now on the ball, sponsored by Mātai, the research facility. In the corner of Disraeli Street and Childers Road here in Gisborne. Outram cools things down. It's a long clearance looking for Carrick, but Brunelli has won that. Looks very strong at the back there for Gisborne Thistle, the Uruguayan. Looks to be a fine addition so far. Palfreyman now very deep. There's Adam Gill on his left and now Jake Erskine. Erskine, of course, the 1,254th ranked pinball player in the world. Which might not seem that impressive, but he's probably at least players in the world, so he's knocking on that top half. Summerton, great little turn there around Gill, who does well to claw him back in more ways than one. And it's Josling meandering over to take the throw. Has land in a pocket on the edge of the box and a cross-come shot there is wide of the goal. Tricky customer Nicholas Land, both footed. Second oldest player on the field for Gisborne Thistle. Erskine now the pinballer. Has Joblin Hall on the inside and Sporforth wins that. Summerton then tries to pick up the scraps. But Joblin Hall's done well to find Palfreyman in the middle from Monk and now Wallace crossing from deep. Has Joblin Hall, but his header is headed clear by Batarita. Cowan tosses one up into the breeze and Josling does a good service to his goalkeeper to bring it down so he can pick it up. Stuart Hill puts it on the deck but still looks to go long with that breeze. And Cowan has handballed there and it's not given by Edward Cook. To his credit, I'm not sure what Cowan was supposed to do with his arm there. It's not deliberately controlling it with the hand or the arm, as is the rules. Batarita now has Davies out on the left. Drives forward with the ball. Looks to slip Zarate. Cowan goes for the long clearance and has Carrick on the right-hand side. Brunelli does well to stay tight to him for the safety of a throw. Wallace now with the throw for Palmerston North Marist. And Brunelli goes long, but nobody waiting there. Summerton cutting a lone figure up front at the moment, with Zarate just sensing the danger from Palmerston North Marist and hanging back a little. Cowan has Gill across the back for Erskine out on his left. Drives central and has Carrick in the middle. There's layoff for Sporforth, and it's a fine strike from distance from Luke Palfreyman. Of course, son of Kevin, father of the Takaro Club down there in Palmerston North. And it's Palmerston North Marist's first corner, being taken by Taylor Monk, son of Kevin Monk, former general manager of Young Heart Manawatu, of course. For the younger viewers out there, you can be forgiven for not knowing who Young Heart Manawatu is. So they were replaced by Manawatu United in the National Youth League, but didn't carry an ASB Premiership side. Cowan ironically asks for a handball, but feel pretty hard done by. Brower, excellent on the body there. He's found himself one-on-one with Erskine. Has a go from distance and it's just over the crossbar. He's injected a lot of life into the fixture, Brower. Of course, only available from time to time due to his work commitments, but what an addition he is when he's on the field. The call from Adam Gill is to head up to halfway. It's going to be a decent knock into that nor'wester, if he can get it that far out to him. And he almost does. Good flick from Joblin Hall. He'll put himself about with Sporforth in the middle there. Cowan athletically pumps one long. The bounce is kind to Stuart Hill. Ground, of course, quite soft and irrigated here at Childers Road Reserve. Bit of advice coming from the veteran Cowan to the young buck Christopher Niven on the side. Extended dialogue going on. Jostling again with the header, which is met by the scone of Adam Gill. Ryan Anderson plays one through to Sporforth, who has Zarate ahead of him. And a loose touch from Adam Gill is almost capitalised on by Somerton, and Outram's clearance is scuffed only as far as Joslin. There's Somerton at the far post, who's going to be called offside there. Zarate's not offside. He puts one away. So the flag's gone up for Somerton Central being offside, who's missed it. Zarate totally onside at the far post, has put one away. Fourth time lucky, but it's been disallowed for the interference adjudged to have been caused by Somerton on his inside. And you're going to say that that's a bit of handiwork from Adam Cowan, the veteran for Palmerston North Marist, who's absolutely given it to the assistant referee, Christopher Niven, for keeping his flag down previously when Nicholas Land didn't get involved with the play. Sporforth's been caught in the gentle areas. And he's struggling to cover, but Carrick won't catch up with that one. High drama here at Childers Road Reserve. It's Brunelli now with the throw. Of course, the South American in him's going to have to get accustomed to the very stringent foul throw laws that are interpreted here in New Zealand. Seems to be the most important thing on the park sometimes, unfortunately. Someone's throwing technique. Taylor Monk now turns tidily and has Gill behind him. Gisborne Thistle can feel unlucky here. That's a goal that should have been allowed. And they'll have to temper their frustrations. And Edward Cook, he's refereed the National League, he's refereed World Cup qualifiers, but he hasn't refereed at Childers Road Reserve yet, so this will be a new experience for him. Especially with Thistle right in the thick of this here. They're giving it to the second placed Palmerston North Marist. And you'd feel that Cook knows that he's made an error there, blowing that whistle too early. It was a truncated blow on it, and that's unfortunate for Thistle there. Stuart Hill's scuff clearance goes as far as Carrick, who's got his 21st of the season. The number 9 for Palmerston North Marist, and it's a 2-1 lead to the visitors. You're going to have to say, and due in a large part to the confusion at the other end, but Thistle will have to pick themselves up here. Get on with the job. And maintain their composure here. Rumiri now on the ball.
Goal scorer for Palmerston North Marist, number 9, Nick Carrick.
Joblin Hall finds him again on the left-hand side. He's got a great set of feet on him, Rumiri. There's Pelfreman in the middle, and now Fletcher Leslie getting a rare touch, former Red Sox player. Sadate brings it down, finds Brower. Summerton's checked for fear of the offside flag being raised. Unfortunate little turn of events there for Thistle. Experience of Adam Cowan. You'd almost call that an assist to bring Palmerston North Marist the lead, but also a composed finish by Nick Carrick. You can see how he's got 21 goals so far this season. Scored in most of his games, despite those 4 hat-tricks and the 4 goals versus Levin. Pelfreman now on the ball. Has Taylor Monk on his inside. Both former Manawatu United players. Also both getting time for Hawke's Bay United youth, and that one's a dangerous one across the face of goal. From Taylor Monk. A bit of a conversation going on between Stuart Hill and Gisborne Thistle supporter behind the goal. Won't name names. Pelfreman on the ball there. Ollie Davies is wound up with possession. Sporforth at the outside of his foot has Brower. And Ryan Anderson on the ball now, sponsored by Habitat Solutions. Local building company, you'd call them. A little bit of design, architecture. Look them up. I'll see what they can do for you. Zarate has latched onto that through ball from Batarita now. And he'll cross for Nick Land, whose flick is not cleared. And it's Somerton in space. And it's Somerton for 2-all. Gisborne Thistle's top scorer, Jimmy Somerton, gets what could be his 9th, I'm going to guess, of the season. The number 14, of course, sponsored by Alan Kellett Panel and Paint. And again, it's parity, a seesawing fixture here. And Thistle deserve that, to be fair. Two all here.
Goal scorer for Gisborne Thistle, number 14, Jimmy Somerton.
Popular figure Jimmy Somerton had the opportunity to abandon ship during the season. A couple of offers coming from clubs a little bit higher up in the pecking order than the humble locals, but he decided to stay true. And it's a reward there, and a positive result here against superpowers Palmerston North Marist would be something to pop on the CV for Somerton. It's a Palmerston North Marist free kick now. It's been handed a cell phone with an unnecessary leather cover on it as Palmerston North Marist have this free kick, which Brunelli is half cleared. Brower has cleared it another half, and you'd probably call it fully cleared now for Thistle. And it's Somerton on the right-hand side, who's around Adam Gill, who shoves him in the back. Cook must be playing an advantage here, surely. Somerton gets around him again. He's got the attention of 3 defenders and Sporforth in space, whose shot goes over the crossbar.
Back to the card now, ref!
That's Rangai Media CEO there, / cameraman Shannon Dowsing, acting like he wants a microphone. Pictures, of course, speak for themselves, but he's not wrong. It wasn't pretty from Adam Gill. And it was a free kick at the other end and a yellow card for Under Batarita for a very similar challenge on Carrick. The only difference was Somerton stayed up and held his ground. Back to the cell phone in my hand with the unnecessary leather cover. Some YouTube comments to monitor. A special g'day to Thomas Hooper, Havelock North Wanderers reserve goalkeeper. The very special I love Thistle. We love you too, Thomas. Erskine now with the throw. Probably a good thing that it's not my cell phone in my hand because there's no daily admin to keep an eye on. I can just focus on these comments. Always a trap. Such matters as loading the My Comet app, being told that the token's expired. Stuart Hill uses that wind again. But it's the dangerous Rumeri now, who's been shunted off the ball by Josling, and Ryan Anderson does well to protect it. There's Batarita behind him and kicks it into him twice. Gets it a 3rd time lucky. Always plays with a smile on his face, Anderson. Good on him for doing that. It's a clumsy challenge. Young Heart Manawatu, Hawke's Bay United. Played Central League for Waited Upper United as well. Here they give some reasonable incentives for turning up for them. Sadate wins that one, and Joplin Hall asks for the free kick, but he's not going to get it. Somerton now again, free on the right. Gills looking like he's going to absolutely barrel through him, but slams on the brakes effectively. And he doesn't want to let the young upstart get away from him. From what I can make out, we're in about the 34th minute here. We've already had 4 goals at Tools Road Reserve. What entertainment. You can only hope that everybody in the crowd here made their gold coin donation on the way in. It's Nick Land here on the right of the box. His cross is wind assisted and trails out for a throw. Thanks to Sophia McDonald with the advice that Palmerston North Marist came through yesterday. They must have just wanted a good sleep in. Otherwise the 12 o'clock kickoff would have been quite good. It's a fizzing comment section, to be fair. Palfreman now on the ball, has Joplin Hall in space in the middle. Travels with it and lets a shot go. It's going to be wide of Stuart Hill's upright. Special good day to my friend Ignatius Eagleston, asking what the PN stands for in PN Marist. I'll have to get back to you on that one, mate. There's a few interpretations. Nothing obvious springs to mind so far. Perhaps it's named after a former club member. Could be. Somerton, excellent skill. Spun Gill around and he's got the ball back. A couple of viewers from South America coming in. Special hola to you guys. A couple of guest commentators coming through here as well in that comment section. It's a long one there from Campbell Wallace. It's a real lull in the fixture here. It's been the best part of 40 minutes of high drama. High drama in the technical department as well. If anything goes awry, just bear with us. Cowan wins over Zarate there. Somerton on the ball. Has Zarate in a pocket again. Good battle there between the two number 13s. And Cook's done well to spot the free kick there. Sporforth standing over the free kick now for Gisborne Thistle, just appreciating this comment section even further. A couple of people speculating what PN might stand for in Palmerston North and Marist. I'm not sure if you're right. Or Zarate in space. 15 yards out. He's definitely looked dangerous. It's Outram now with the goal kick, and I can tell you officially that I'm up to date with the comments. Carrick now in a pocket of space, has Lumiri on his left. Josling jockeys well, can't prevent the corner. Now, one thing with these comments, if we don't manage to catch up with you or keep up with you, don't take it personally. We're happy to have you here, happy to have the dialogue between the two sets of fans and the neutrals. Just another fantastic feature of the YouTube platform. Short corner here for Joblin Hall, who's got plenty of time, and an elevated cross to the far post. Stuart Hill does a good job under the attention there of Nicholas Carrick. Brower's going to end up with us again on the rebounds. Erskine hassles well. Through ball here for Rumere on the left, and he's around Josling. Brunelli with a key challenge there. He's bought the time for the defenders to win that, and that's fantastic defending from Gisborne Thistle. Down the other end, but Josling's done himself some damage there on the soft turf. Davies has it on the left, and he's being asked to just play it out so that Josling can get some attention, which will give the opportunity for the boys from Whanganui to have a shout out, or is it a shot out? As Josling lies prone on the turf, he's a strong man, but even the strongest can become injured sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's your real name, Palm, but I've seen the comments earlier on about the tips of the Whanganui boys heading back home to roost for 2022. And there's a good few of them in the Palmerston North Marist squad. Of course, Joblin Hall, who's probably the most indecisive of them all, hopping to and fro from Wanganui City, I believe you call it, and as opposed to Whanganui Athletic. But you've got Adam Gill there as well, and Anthony Bell. Bell, of course, a former player coach of Wanganui City. Delay in the game here as ground announcer Mark Baple doubles up as physiotherapist, which of course is his day job with Dynamic Rehab. Proud sponsor of Gisborne Thistle. former player sponsor of Tomic Frooms, who found himself succumbing to the charms of Havelock North Wanderers at the top of the league there. And I feel like I'm 17 years old and on Bebo again, but I believe that that could be none other than Tesko von Kwiatkowski. Chime in the comment section, and g'day to you, mate. Hope the shift's been friendly to you this week. Hope the roads have been clear and the traffic's been light at very least. Hope the groundswell protest didn't interrupt too much there in Whanganui on Friday. Hope the dogs only barked when they were told to. And we're back on the pitch here. Suggest we probably have 2 or 3 minutes of additional time due to that delay. And it's Thistle playing with 10 at the moment. Going to have to be careful at this key period of the game going into half time. Joblin Hall now on the edge of the area, finding himself on the ball more and more. Brunelli holds a good shape there to win the ball off Carrick's turn. It's Brower now popping up on the right, who has Summerton ahead of him, who will look to get around Taylor Monk, but Monk watches the ball well, keeps it in, and wins the throw off Summerton. Those in the know, feel free to share some other results in the comments section. Give people something to look at on the rare occasion that the ball's out of play here. Sporforth conceding another throw there. Palmerston now on the ball. Had the cell phone taken off me, so we're dark. But you keep going there, Amare Eagleston. Just have to split my vision here. It looks like Brower might be finding himself in the book. Missed exactly what was going on there. But again, you can rewind, you can see, you can tell. And I'm being given the cell phone back with its unnecessary leather cover. Monk just treads on the ball there. And Zarate attempts to nick it off him, but it's Adam Gill who's free now for Marist. Palfreman on the ball has Adam Cowan outside on his right, who'll probably look to loft one up into the breeze. Cut out by Brunelli at the back there, and a go from distance for Fletcher Leslie, who hasn't had a lot to do today. Rumere in the area, jockeyed well by Ryan Anderson. Thistle still playing with 10 players here. And a deflection from Brunelli. Again, a key figure and a good signing for Gisborne Thistle as Jolson makes his way back onto the pitch. He's okay. Emiliano, I'm going to have to stop you there, mate. I do not speak Spanish, so unsure what agala la lanza bestia would mean. Let's hope it's something positive. Positive for Palmerston North Marist here with the corner. Taylor Monk standing over it. Goes for the near post, but the soft ground has caused him to come a cropper there again. Leslie has a pop at Jimmy Summerton and no foul again for the Gazelle. Leslie now from distance has a go, and that could be going into the former go-kart club. course, the other thing to bear in mind here is that the live action that we're calling is slightly delayed, so if you feel like you make a pertinent comment there in the comment section and it's not latched up onto straight away, it's because you're viewing something slightly different than I am before my eyes as we speak.
Surely it's a goal kick if you can play the ball. Eh?
Friendly inquiry there from Thistle coach Garrett Blair about the technology for VAR perhaps coming to Thistle. I don't know whether that's going to happen. I don't know if we need it on that occasion. I believe Zarate probably was offside. Tidy turn from Taylor Monk, but Brunelli reads it well and cuts it out. He's out of position now though, and Ed Cook brings matters to a close. Here at half time, Waikanae Beach Top 10 Holiday Park Gisborne Thistle 2, Watson's Real Estate Palmerston North Marist 2. And a special treat coming up for viewers. You're going to get to see two has-beens having a good old chat to none other than Alan Paint's Jimmy the Gazelle Summerton. And I'll make my way down pitch side and see if we can get some comments from ground announcer Mark Baple.
Stand in the shadow.
Welcome to Rangwa Studios, where we're here for the first ever interview with Jimmy the Gazelle Summerton. Here, the Gisborne Thistle number 14, sponsored by Alan Kellett Panel and Paint. Here to tell us a little bit more about himself so we can get to know the man behind the mullet.
Jimmy, it's been great to have you in the first team this year. How have you found it? How have you found the beginning of the season and obviously coming into the second half of the season now? How have you found as a player? How's it gone so far?
I feel like the start of the season was great. We started with 3 wins and then kind of went a bit downhill for a little bit, lost a few games, but we won a couple and we're quite high on the table for what we're going into the second round. So yeah, it's pretty good.
No, awesome. I think a lot of those games have seen you score a few good goals. What's the most favourite goal so far for you?
It'd probably have to be the free kick against North End. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Just tell us a bit more about that.
Well, it was like 96th minute. I was 1-on-1 and then got taken out from behind. He got sent off. Then the ref put the ball a bit to the left where it should have been, and then just put it top corner.
No, I agree. Good goal.
Yeah.
Good goal.
Thank you.
I'm sorry if we can just revisit that. The ref put the ball down.
Yeah, well, so the ball was here, and then the ref was like, "Oh yeah, you can take it to a metre to the left," and the keeper didn't move the wall, so it was, quite an
Very
easy shot.
fortunate. Did he not have the spray?
No, he didn't.
Okay. That's
We'll
interesting.
let that one go, but it was a good free kick. I've got to admit.
Yeah.
Just on the spray, did you realise that it's actually just shaving cream?
No.
There's no gimmick there. It's that they're carrying around a bottle of shaving cream. Do you not believe me?
No, I don't.
We need to Google that later, I think.
Yeah.
Tell us this nickname that you've got, the Gazelle.
Well, I guess it started from me being quite tall and fast, so, and then one thing led to another. Someone's calling me Gazelle and started from there, yeah.
Okay. Your current height and weight, please?
I'd be 6'2" and 74 kgs.
I've actually got a football-related question, if I can ask that.
Yep.
So 5 years' time, sort of, where do you see yourself? Where do you see this going?
Well, I would like to continue my football career, and I would like to move out of New Zealand to England or somewhere in Europe. Just try something there. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Who do you look up to professional player? Who's the one you look up to the most?
Probably Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, just his like work ethic and his what would the word be? Like what he has for the team and his country, what he does for that. Yeah.
Because they won a European Championship without him on the field, didn't they?
Yeah, and he was pretty much the coach.
Yeah, good point. Something to aspire to, for sure. On the theme of family,
Yeah.
just maybe a little shout out, because obviously this is big news. First time a Gisborne Thistle player has been interviewed ever for anything. The paper doesn't even interview them. Paper interviews the coach, not the players. The players don't get that voice in the media. You've got the voice in the media now. Would you like to say good day to anyone?
Yes, I would. I'd like to say thank you to my parents for like everything they've done for my football career, and my friends too. Just always wanting to train with me, stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right, and I'm here pitch side, or actually on the pitch, with none other than Gisborne Thistle ground announcer Mark Baple. Good to have you here, Mark. How are you enjoying the role so far?
Yeah, it's really good. It's a new role for me and something new, and I've never done something like that before, but yeah, enjoying it. It's really good to work with the boys.
Yeah, no, good stuff. And your twin, Matt Baple, he's the one that goes away to the games. Is he here today? Is he here anywhere?
No, he just goes to the away games, and
Yeah.
I'm here for the home games.
Okay, nasty piece of work. What do you think it is that's really made him so different to you?
Well, I don't know, different. What do you mean different?
Well, I mean, you're such a lovely guy, you know, everyone's mate, everyone's favourite, and that Matt, he's awful.
I know he's a little bit grumpy, isn't he?
He's very grumpy.
I don't know, must be the attitude, maybe wrong people, I don't know, hard to say.
Just doesn't fit the mould, perhaps.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, and back to on the pitch here, interesting fixture so far. If you were to pick a score at half-time before the game, 2-2, would you think?
No, I would never guess that. I would say like 1 goal, maybe, but not 4. That's pretty surprising, and I'm really happy and excited about the boys. They played really well today, so yeah, hopefully we will score more in the second half.
Fantastic so far. And just looking to the surrounds that we have here, obviously a lot of sponsors on board this year, a lot of funding that's gone through, a lot of work from a lot of people in the community. Any particular companies that you want to thank for their support, or particular organisations that we might be supporting? Any raffles running at the moment?
Yeah, I think actually we really appreciate our sponsors, right? Because without them you can't do and organize all this stuff. And yes, we do have raffles today. It's Cancer Society raffle one, and all the foundation race will go to them. So it's a big one. And there's also Ronnie's Scratchies as always, which is fun too. So yeah, definitely go to the club rooms and get some.
No, fantastic. Well, thanks for your time, Mark.
Yeah.
Appreciate your input. We'll head back up to the top and get out of these guys' way. Right, welcome back to Childers Road Reserve here in Gisborne. Waikanae Beach Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle 2. Watson's Real Estate, Palmerston North Marist 2. And we continue to innovate here at Rangai Media. We've got pitch side interviews. We've got a live comments section. I've ditched floor manager Tom's unnecessary leather case in favour of just a more streamlined model. I've just got this sort of rubbery kind of backing here on the Samsung Galaxy A3. If there's any cell phone providers out there and looking to put a better piece of technology in our hands, feel free to offer the service. But we can be right up on that comment section. Can say g'day to the boys. And we're underway. Gisborne Thistle in the blue, playing right to left. Only one possible change for Palmerston North Marist, which they don't look to have affected. And this will remain the same as well. Joblin Hall, dangerous out on the right here, and it's been stopped in his progress by Josling and Sporforth. Summerton, clever touch and good use of the body, but can't prevent the ball from crossing the touchline. Request from Whanganui Athletics, number 83, Tesco von Kwiatkowski, to display the phone cover. You don't want to see it. It's big, cumbersome, really unnecessary stuff. Flaps around in your hand, you know, you go to use it and yeah, ooh. Anderson's going to find himself in the book here for cutting down Campbell Wallace, who's popped up on the left side now, which is something a bit different. Fletcher Leslie's come wide right, maybe to try and get himself on the ball a little bit more. And Cowan has the free kick out on the left side into a good area, but it's evaded. Leslie now on the right, looking to not cross, but cut back to Pelfrey, whose tidy touch on the inside is just outside of the reach of Rumere. Brower wins it and has Davies on his left, and he's put the Gazelle Jimmy Summerton away. Gill gets himself into a good position to play back to Outram. Landon Sporforth managed to stay out of each other's way, but possession is back with Palmerston North Marist. Good spotting there from Craig Smither, and g'day to you, mate, who's seen that Taylor Monk indeed has made way for number 18, Anthony Bell, up top, which will explain the rejig of personnel. And that's Bell on the ball now for Joblin Hall. A challenge from Josling. Joblin Hall's crosses over, and it's big Ollie Davies with the defensive clearance. So Palmerston North Marist decks are cleared, and they've used their one and only substitution. And Thistle have a full set on the bench, but they've got Summerton on the left-hand side now, charging into the area. Squares, and it's cleared by Adam Gill. Leslie with a curious play. It's worked out well for him. Adam Cowan's still up top and has Nicholas Carrick on the right. Rumini now at the top of the box, gets his shot off, bounces into the outstretched arms of Mitchell Stewart-Hill. It's Nick Land now on the right, of course sponsored by Mokairu Herefords, the Gisborne Thistle 400 gamer. Zarate is disgusted to not be given the free kick under the attention from Adam Gill. And Thistle making that first substitution now, which is Alex Davies, the younger brother of Ollie Davies, sponsored also by Alan Collett Panel and Paint. And Josling wriggles behind the advertising board there, the YMCA advertising board. And it's Alex Davies now with his first touch as a handing the ball back to Palmerston North Marist for a throw-in. It's going to be hard to spot the difference between Anthony Bell and Campbell Wallace out on the left side there. Except for that Wallace has now come into the back three. Unsure if that happened from the start or if my eyes are deceiving me. But it's Erskine now on the left, and that's Bell on the ball now for Joblin Hall. Just settling into the new surroundings here, Palmerston North Marist. Of course, with the futsal background, they'll be accustomed to switching positions and that kind of carry on. Davies reads that one and has Summerton clear on the left, who squares and can't find Davies back. Helferman clips one for Fletcher Leslie, who's under close attention from Colin Sporforth. Brunelli and Sporforth sandwich for Nicholas Carrick in the middle. Sporforth, who's come off the worst. Special tip from Acon Eagleston there about the different numbers. They're quite far away, mate. I'm not looking at the screen that you are. I don't have the benefit of the expert camera work. I'm just up here about 110 metres away, trying to pick out these new age numbers on the back of the Palmerston North Marist players. But the good news is Campbell Wallace is playing at the back now. We'll get there in the end. Cowan up strong that time, and Rumeria latches onto it. It's read well by Brunelli. Joblin Hall deep and skips the challenge of Sporforth. Probably lucky for Sporforth that, and sends one into the badminton club. Stuart Hill's goal kick is short for Ollie Davies. Rumeri again, looking to drive things a little bit more, probably with the absence of Taylor Monk. It's very tricky feet on the Fijian Indonesian, and looks like Bell could have been offside there, but the flag stayed down. I think Christopher Niven doesn't need to be worried about Adam Cowan berating him anymore because he's far, far away. Alex Davies finds that Ati up top, but Cowan has him under close attention. Bell out on the left there. It's Palfreyman deep in the middle. Leslie now on the right-hand side. Carrick in space, has a go from distance. There's a little deflection there, and it's a Palmerston North Marist corner. Gives us the opportunity to just a bit more comment coaching here in the section here on YouTube. Is that we don't actually make the substitutions from the media company. You might have to come down to the ground, make the trip over, do the quarantine, and then you can tell them. It's a good punch from Stuart Hill, and a clearance from Zarate, as well as a little bit of a delayed reaction from Nehana Karl in the comment section there for the pronunciation of Von Kwiatkowski. You're just going to have to forgive my accent, mate, if I'm not strong enough on the cough. Somerton now, all alone up top for Thistle. He's got Sporforth in support, who has a little speculative go from distance. Not to trouble Outram though. Outram has Adam Cowan over here on the right hand side now. It's a lot of interchanging of positions here at Palmerston North Marist. I've already mentioned it, but people popping up everywhere. Alex Davies with the headed clearance that time, and it's Erskine now. There's Carrick reaching a little bit deeper, trying to get a little bit more action. Anderson's half clearance has found him again. He's at the byline. Joblin Hall now on the ball, has Cowan and Fletcher Leslie on the right hand side, who will look to cross. Bell couldn't get his own feet out from under him there. It's a heavy collision there again. Sporforth in the wars. Now he's sponsored by Dig at Gizzy, and we might need the services of Josh Hayes here to come and pick him up. Unsure if there was too much malice in the challenge from Palfrey, and he did go in strong. I think it's more unfortunate. And it could be that gentle area again under concern for Sporforth. Makes a quick opportunity for a little bit of hydration. Gives us the opportunity to give a special shout out to Kurt and the team down there at Pro Traffic, which you can see proudly displayed at the base of the Gisborne Thistle shorts. And Izzy Whitley and his crew at Aotearoa Labour Hire, but it's Zarate now who drew a last-ditch effort from Liam Outram. Aotearoa Labour Hire, of course, could be offering Palmerston North Marist a good service now at the moment with their no substitutions left. They'll find your labour, and if that labour just so happens to be people for a football team, then hey, all the better. You can check them out at alh.nz. Rumiri now, looking dangerous again as always, but he's drawn enough attention from the Thistle players, and Sporforth's recovered. Great little slip. Flag stayed down on the far side. That's assistant referee Kaylee Knight. Zarate switches to Alex Davies, right to his feet from 50 yards away or more. Davies, a little bit of trickery and a shot off the left foot. And as we reach into a Sunday afternoon, you might be thinking, what's for dinner tonight? I'd recommend none other than Neighbourhood Pizzeria. Head down there with the discount code for today is Yellow Card. Yellow Card will get you a 6% discount on anything on the menu, drinks included. Just mention that and mention the coverage. Just make sure you catch Marcel, because his staff might not have been brought up to date on that just quite yet. Brunelli does well again there. A little bit of a doppelganger for Ryan Anderson almost. Moustache aside, and again in that comment section, if you want to see Ryan Anderson with a moustache, you're going to have to let him know. Maybe something for Instagram instead. Palmerston now is going to become more and more important without Taylor Monk on the pitch for Palmerston North Marist, and Jordan Joblin Hall in a deeper role. Speaking of deeper roles, that's Jaron Brower, who started as the lone striker for Gisborne Thistle at the start of the season, is now in a holding midfield role. Versatile player, can do it all. Good little slip there from Carrick, and Rumere lets one go. It's a better save than what it appears. Very quick moving ball there. The wind does appear to have died down a little bit. Just let Stuart Hill send that one long. The first half that wouldn't have made it into the breeze. Bit of aerial ping pong here going on. Bell settles it, sends one back to Cowan, who's at the left centre back now. And Ryan Anderson plays the percentages and sends that one out for a throw-in. Joblin Hall now on the ball for Palmerston from distance. Has a go, it's blocked by Brunelli. Gill on the ball, he's been jacked up by Zarate. And he's recovered very well there, Adam Gill. Keen challenge from Somerton. Campbell Wallace has taken a swing at the Gazelle. Not wise. Referee Edward Cook's got his hands full here, and Wallace again the protagonist. Home crowd starting to come into full effect. It's all going on here today at Childers Road Reserve. Great entertainment for the community. Land gets away from it. Ball had definitely not crossed the line. Of course, the whole ball needs to cross the whole line for it to be out. Another thing that a lot of footballers in this country aren't particularly aware of. Marist now right down the other end straight away. It's Bell who's going down softly there. Free kick in a dangerous position here for Palmerston North Marist. Got Carrick standing over the ball. He sent Joblin Hall packing and said, "Leave this to me." He wants 22 for the season. And he almost had it. Carrick, of course, spent the pre-season with Nape City Rovers up the road from Palmerston North there, and for anybody with insider knowledge is aware of why he didn't see that through. Rovers could definitely do with the goals this season. And even next, when they'll more than likely, you'd have to say, have a local derby on their hands. And you'd imagine that Havelock North Wanderers might even drag a couple players off them. Back to what's in front of us here. It's a contested position between Rumeria and Sporforth. Ballard on the left, who's called offside. And the 12th man looks to come into effect here at Childers Road Reserve. Ryan Anderson with the free kick on the far side. That's probably not his best hoof. Straight to Rumiri and then Carrick, who's got Fletcher Leslie on the right-hand side. Zarate tracks to pick that one up. And Davies has a bit of time on the left to decide what he wants to do with it. Brower in tight spaces manages to find Zarate. Land looks to send Ollie Davies through on the left-hand side. And it's the Rumiri in the middle, who's evaded Sporforth and has Leslie again. Crosses early into the hands of Stuart Hill, who wouldn't have been able to see that with the angle of the sun there. It's probably a design flaw, you could say, on the pitch here at Childers, but not to worry. And we've got another debutant, Felipe Torres from Juventud in Uruguay, making his debut, coming off for Alan Zarate. Zarate, of course, sponsored by MediaWorks, and Felipe Torres by the Tillman Holdsworth family, coming on for his Thistle debut. So it's two Uruguayans on the field for Thistle, and there's Torres' first touch on the chest. Looks to slip Somerton, and he's won that one back again. Looks like a tricky customer on first sighting. Somerton now, clear in the box, look to get a touch on it. And it's Gill again who tracked well. Cowan coming away with the ball now for Rumiri, and Somerton's come all the way back. It's a great attitude shown there by the young man. Alex Davies keeps it in, and Melvin Rumiri puts it out. Just keeping up with a bit of banter on the sideline here between Taylor Monk, who must take an assistant coach role, you'd assume, now that he's on the sideline, and the Gisborne Thistle bench. Matarita now has Brower in space in the middle. He's got time to turn and finds his way around Campbell Wallace, but not Fletcher Leslie, who's tracking to tackle. Torres has a bite at Cowan. Things have slowed down here. Players begin to tire. And it's Thistle looking to make another substitution, but not quite yet. Sporforth on the ball, a little cheeky handball that's not been seen by anyone apart from everybody in the crowd. One for the highlight reel, perhaps, for the future. Bell in a dangerous position here for Marist, but he's turned back. And it's Carrick who's going to need to be kept an eye on there, 10 yards out from the goal. This will recover well in numbers. See 8 players inside the penalty area on that occasion. Torres with some tricky feet, but no shout there. Gill in the middle has Land putting pressure on him. Erskine now for Rumere. Joblin Hall. And Adam Gill getting around the outside. See what he's got on the left. It's been left to run through for Campbell Wallace, the heavyweight. And it's a Palmerston North Marist corner. And Leopoldo Torres will be happy to see that his substitution has come into effect here. Let's see what the debutant Felipe Torres can do if Thistle can get this one away. It's into the hands of Stuart Hill, who goes for the good old-fashioned up and under. He's got Brower out on the left. Close attention from Gill again, and can't quite find his man on the far side there. Belfryman possesses a tidy turn. And Sporforth sends one into the stand, much to the delight of the home crowd. Cowan now has Pelfreyman in the middle. Sporforth hurries him up and results in the loose ball to Alex Davies, and Somerton in some space on the right. Of course, Adam Gill is there, as he has been all game. Somerton tries to go around him and lets one go into the club rooms. Wallace now has Joblin Hall and Leslie, who's coughed it up to Brower in the middle. Loose touch has seen him have to go backwards to Sporforth, but he's got it back again. And Gill, who's made some very key interventions for Palmerston North Marist today, he's looking very likely for that away player of the day, an entrance into the draw for a ticket to Rhythm and Vines or two. And Batarita does well there to effectively win a goal kick. Stuart Hill stands over it, and the players indulge in some quick maths in the 72nd minute here, and letting each other know that there's half an hour to go. Whether that's just a psychological ploy, I'm unsure. Bell's through here on the left. He's escaped the offside flag. He's looking to go around Anderson, who blocks well, and it's given as a corner. Despite the keen eyesight of Fletcher Stuart Hill on the Gisborne Thistle bench, good 80 metres away. Stuart Hill out well to punch, and the Gazellas drags down. Comment section's gone quiet. Everyone either having a cup of tea or enjoying the action here. Long clearance from Stuart Hill. There's nobody picking up the scraps for Thistle, and it's Marist coming away again. I have to say that playing left to right with that nor'wester behind seems to be the advantage here. Torres now on the ball. Just getting used to the style of play here in New Zealand regional football. Be a little bit different to that youth team level in Uruguay. It's just a series of long clearances being traded at the moment. In any case, players would have done well to keep up the pace of that first half hour today. And it's this period of play that will separate the men from the boys. Stuart Hill has it in his hands, goes long again, has Somerton, can't bring that one under control, and it's Adam Gill yet again, and this time for Erskine, who has Bell outside of him, and Ryan Anderson's read that one well. And Somerton probably was offside by a nose there. Marist now coming away with it. A definite lull in the tempo of the fixture here today. Joblin Hall moving himself into a dangerous position, but it's Anderson again who's cut him out. Gill does well to read that one and releases Erskine. Sporforth's big challenge, wins the ball, and then a advantage. Somerton looks to be very flat there. And Outram's lost a shin pad with that clearance. Brower in the middle. Stitch clearance by Leslie. It's Davies now on the outside who's shouldered off the ball. Torres comes across and makes sure that one goes out. Fair question from Harper Maisie there in the comments. I don't actually know where Leo is. He didn't play yesterday. Maybe taking a weekend off, resting the body. There's a speculative effort from Carrick there. Goes no further than Stuart Hill, but Marist again dangerous, and Leslie in the area, crosses. And Anthony Bell, the former Wanganui City player coach, can't get the back heel onto that one. Long again from Stuart Hill, and Cowan wins that one. Looks to hit Anthony Bell in the middle, and he has. Davies has a bit of time, and Brunelli keeps it short. There's Davies and then Sporforth. Campbell Wallace again putting himself about the big lad. Brunelli manages to get a last touch off Marist for a throw for Ollie Davies. It's Land now with the ball, and his clever loft of balls found Jaron Brower, who just couldn't quite bring himself to throw the body in front of Outram, who was marauding forward there, the Palmerston North Marist goalkeeper. Carrick now on the left, looking dangerous for Palmerston North Marist. Numbers pouring forward. Rumede has it on the edge of the box, and he's got space. And it's the captain, Nicholas Land, the last-ditch challenge. Sends that one for a corner. just been vaped on for anybody that's interested. Doesn't smell like a vape though, that's the tobacco flavour. And a dangerous ball just glances across the area there. No Palmerston North Marist players on the end of it. Bell has Palfreman at the top of the box. And a shot from distance from Adam Gill. Not quite as effective as his defending has been today. Stuart Hill looks to go long again. Somerton gets a flick on it. It's fallen to Cowan. So that breeze just begins to turn a little bit. Tending nor'easter now, if anything. Bringing a bit of a fresh change in temperature to the grandstand. Batalita comes away with this one. Torres did well to get back there. But he's going to need to get up the pitch now for Thistle to have anything in an attacking sense. Ambitious but useful through ball there. And Thistle have a throw just inside the area on the right. Brunelli looks to take a stab at Rumidi there, and it's Rumidi who's down, but Marist in the area, and a good save from Stuart Hill. Fletcher Leslie throw on goal, looked odds on to score, and Stuart Hill's just stayed strong. And that's Rumidi in the middle, laying prone on the floor. Gisborne Thistle ground announcer, reserve goalkeeper and physiotherapist Mark Baple heads out to give him some attention. As the players all look to grab a drink. Reasonably warm here today in Gisborne. Hopefully the cameras didn't catch that one. Sporforth just giving himself a bit of attention. Just can get locked up for that. Now Marist will have to be careful here. No substitutes available. Taylor Monk will be feeling very guilty if Rumidi can't carry on. That's him standing on the pitch there in the jacket, taking that assistant coaching role. Makes me wonder if Palmerston North Marist coach and director of football Giuliano Schmerling is actually here. I haven't seen him physically so far. Which really does raise a point. If anybody in the travelling party knows, anybody that happens to be in the comments, Sophia, I'm looking at you. Is Giuliano here? Back on the pitch now. It's Joblin Hall with the left foot. From the corner, it's cleared by Thistle. Cowan with another dangerous ball, and Davies is in a good position to clear. And I think for the first time we've that ball just travels across the face of goal. There's a corner here. I'll come back to following instructions from floor manager Tom. Perhaps while Joblin Hall meanders over, we're into triple figures in the live viewers, and if just half of you have it in your heart to give that Rangai Media logo a bit of a click to subscribe, build the enterprise, so to speak, bring the revenue in, bring on the technology, who knows, maybe a second camera someday. So give Rangai Media a subscribe, please. And thank you to Sophia for confirming that Juliana is indeed in ill health at the moment. It's just that delay coming through in the comment section there. Of course, I'm about 30 seconds ahead of you live, so it's a little bit tricky for those looking to get into a commentary career to be looking down at the comments and keeping an eye on the action. So if I appear to go dark from time to time, it's just me checking the messages. Cowan's free kick takes a deflection off the wall. And Stuart Hill again, a good save for Euro 2020 style celebration. There's no Italians around to join in with him, but it's a very good save there. Did seem curious in the warm-ups that Adam Cowan appeared to be running the show. Good delivery again there, and Stuart Hill punches through traffic. Thistle again have good numbers behind the ball. Travelling band of supporters on the touchline, and the coach might not be here, but there's at least a carload or two. Hoops fans. Brunelli does well under the attention of Campbell Wallace, who despite his impressive resume in the mixed martial arts sphere, can't manage to get away with him. Stuart Hill's long clearance shows that that wind really is dying down. It's spun to the east now, and it's in real danger of turning into a southerly. Wallace again has Pelfreman at the top of the box, and Joblin Hall, who's demanded the ball and then sent it into the badminton centre. Very strong clearance there from Stuart Hill. As we head into the closing stages of this one, Marist starting to pour forward, looking for that winner. And Cowan, as well as Leslie on the right. Great block from Brunelli, and Thistle hold on here under a lot of pressure from Palmerston North Marist. I'm sure if you picked up from stand-in coach Taylor Monk on the microphone there, on the effects microphone, 5 minutes to play. Can't be too much more, just the small delay with the injury to Rumere. Sporforth briefly. You might find 3 or 4 minutes here. And Brower's been dragged back there, but not spotted by the referee. Bell now on the left, but it's snuck away from him. Sporforth has it and spots Somerton to the left, but Cowan's there to read that. Somerton now, top of the area, ranging in, that's a penalty for sure. Cowan brings down Somerton, a little bit of a penalty celebration. A yellow card for Cowan, who's standing in disbelief that somebody of his standing in the national game could be a judge to have fouled someone. I mean, he's not going to change his mind now. And you'd have to be a pretty one-eyed Palmerston North Marist supporter to not see the foul there. Somerton skipped away from him. Cowan had no option but to leave the foot in. And another yellow card coming out. Surely not to Luke Pelfreyman. Never met the guy, but comes from a lovely family. And it's Basarita with the chance here as we border on time added on to send Thistle into the lead. Campbell Wallace makes his way over here to the touchline and he's actually left the field. Unsure if it's been spotted by assistant referee Chris Niven. We've got 4 Palmerston North Marist players out here on the right. And it's Basarita versus Outram. And Basarita slots for the go-ahead goal for Thistle. It's a 3-2 lead to the home side. Outpouring of emotion from Basarita.
Thistle number 6 and the Basarita!
Ground announcer Bayful gets the most excited that I've ever heard him. By a long way. Fair to say he enjoyed that one. Now Thistle will have to be smart here. Basarita calms things right down. It's a bit of experience from the Spaniard. And they're going to pour forward here, Palmerston North Marist. And they're going to have to be stopped. It's a very soft free kick that's found by referee Edward Cook. Pelfreyman finds Leslie on the right, and Cowan is going to do his best to get one back. Joblin Hall. Cook somehow found a handball there. Creates great theatre if nothing else, and you're going to imagine that Adam Cowan will be taking this one. Only a matter of seconds to run here. Cowan steps away from it. He's left it for Carrick, who again looks for number 22 for the season, or is it going to be Joblin Hall on the left foot? High drama here at the closing stages. Looks like it's going to be Carrick. And Stuart Hill beats it away. Huge celebration from Brunelli. Fantastic entertainment here at Childers Road Reserve. Rangai Media are on the camera. Stuart Hill with a catch that's possibly better than the save before that. Calms it right down and sends that thing as far away as possible. Torres brings it under control. Looks to keep. He's coughed that one up. He's going to need to win this one back, which he does. Brower cuts that one out. Ollie Davies on the left, interchanges with Sporforth and finds Somerton on the right-hand side, who's onside. Slips Ollie Davies, who's clear on goal. And it's a 4th for Gisborne Thistle. That's the winner for sure here at Childers Road Reserve. The loudest you've heard the crowd here in years. Stuart Hill is up and at the club rooms, which gave him a bit of stick in the first half for that second goal for Marist, but it's Ollie Davies with a big smile, sponsored by Alan Collett Panel and Paint, YMCA on his right sleeve, Big smile for his mother in the crowd. She's got both of her boys on the field today. And it's 4-2 to Gisborne Thistle. What a weekend of results in the Federation League. Leslie now and Marist are going to need to find 2 for a point and 3 for the win. Fantastic performance here from Thistle today, has to be said. Some tough times in the middle of the season, and Somerton's away again. Gill's looking to track. Somerton's through. He's been dragged down again, and it's a penalty again for Gisborne Thistle. Totally justified. Gill knows it. Should actually be a red card for Adam Gill as well to add insult to injury here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Referee Edward Cook, who's refereed at some high levels, but he's missed that one there for dragging down the player through on goal. He's going to give a yellow out of sympathy. And it's all happening here. It could be Thistle giving a good bit of payback for the away result, which of course handed a lesson on the turf down there in Palmerston North, but the grass has been the good friend of the locals today. Fantastic result. Jimmy Selton, the opportunity to put the icing on the cake here. Must be bordering on full time. Outram can't even muster a dive. It's a double for Somerton. Some consternation here between Outram and Batarita. And Marist will not like this. And you have to say there's no coming back from this now for Palmerston North Marist. But it's a fantastic result for the home team and the home crowd as we head towards the end of the fixture. And that's full time here today at Childers Road Reserve. Just like to thank our sponsors, which you can see on the far side there on the billboards. We'll let Rangai Media CEO Shannon Dowsing put those in front of you. Thanks also to our funders, New Zealand Community Trust and the Grassroots Trust, as well as the TAB New Zealand, helping the boys get on the road. And that's where they're going next weekend, away to Massey, before being back at Childers Road Reserve on the 1st of August for a fixture against Levin, and there's a special treat coming up for that one. Keep your eyes peeled. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Rangai Media. Brought you the coverage today. A good win for Gisborne Thistle. Waikanae Beach, Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle 5, Watson's Real Estate, Palmerston North Marist 2. See you next time.